I've got this cast iron table base, so I've got to put a top on it. It's a cricket table. It's got some cricketer on the front. I don't know about cricket, so I don't know who he is. But I bought some chestnut, so I'll cut that up and make a top for it. So I picked out these 3 pieces. I've played them up a little bit just to see what the figuring's like. That one's quite nice, quite wild, so I'll keep that one in the middle and put these straighter ones either side. And I think that looks okay. So next thing I'll do is I'll plane them up, flatten them out, thickness them and edge them, and then glue them together. There are a couple of wormholes that I've filled. The worm's dead now, so that's not a problem. But on the other side, this is the back, so this doesn't matter, but I'll just show you how I fill them. So to fill these holes, I just put a bit of masking tape over it. Then with a scalpel, just take out where the hole is. You don't want to push anything in there. You don't want to just stab it with an awl or something. You want to remove the paper because you don't want to get paper stuck inside as well. So I tend to use one of these hard fillers. So it's like card body filler, but it's designed for wood. This filler doesn't take stain very well. It certainly doesn't take water stain, which is what I'm using. So what I do is I colour it a little bit in the vague direction of the colour it's supposed to be, which is like a browny orangey colour. So I just put a bit of that in it, a bit of brown umber, mix that in and then put it in the hole. Because this one's underneath the table, it doesn't really matter what colour it is, so I'm just going to put a little bit of black in there. Not the hardener. Then you just push the filler into the hole as much as you can in there. So you want to get it as deep as possible. So if you push down and drag it across, you don't get any filler around the hole, and you get a little bump where the hole is because you get a bit of compressed air underneath it, so it lifts it again. So you just leave it to dry, and you can peel the tape off and just flan it off. The reason for this is if you get this stuff on the face of the wood, it'll not stain, so you'll get like a bald patch around the hole, which you don't want. So if you do it this way and peel it off, you've only got the filler in the hole and nothing's soaked into the wood. Even sanding it down, it's not going to get rid of it unless you sand a lot of it off. So I've filled all the others. If you leave a big mound of this filler on top, it'll be more difficult to peel the tape off, and it'll probably pull the filler out of the hole as well. As that comes off nice and easily. And you haven't got that horrible residue all over the face of the wood. And just skim the top off. Then it just need a sanding and that's done. So I've given it a coat of oak water stain, which is an orange colour. It's very weak, and it raised the grain as I was expecting. Usually I just pour boiling water on it to raise the grain, sand it down and then stain it. But I cut it back, and then I gave it another coat, raised the grain again a little bit, so I've sanded it down again. So the next thing I'll do is put a little bit of very weak Van Dyke brown on it. So now that's dry, I'm just going to give it a couple of light coats of button polish. Now I've mixed up some button polish with some pigment and some aniline dye. I've darkened it a little bit more, put more black in it. I've given it a few coats. I'll let it harden off and then I'll cut it back with wire wool and then just wax it.